Hey there, and welcome into another exciting episode of A for Effort. I'm your host, Matt, and as always, we start off giving thanks to our unofficial sponsor of the podcast, AMC A-List. $19.95 a month gives you 3 movies a week at local AMC theaters in your area. Check AMC.com for theater listings and offer availability. Today's episode, we're going to break down the next hit on Disney's slate, Aladdin. I was a huge fan of the original animated, and I'm happy to say I'm a huge fan of this one. Listen, a lot can be said about Will Smith's Genie. You know, I know from my own personal perspective, like seeing the first shot of him in the trailer, I was like, ooh, that's bad. But it's easy to overcome. He's not the Blue Genie the entire time, but he's the Blue Genie enough to where, he's the Blue Genie, right? And he pays homage to Robin Williams. He does his own thing, and it's brilliant. It's really good, and Will gets all the praise for his take on the Genie. The rest of the cast, Mina Musad, Naomi Scott, Marwan Kenzar, Navid Nahagaban, and Nazim Pedrad were great. You know, I went in with low expectations because Disney's doing this now. This is their thing. They're going to keep remaking all of their movies. You know, and they're not going to stop. Mulan's in the pipe. Lion King's coming up next. Like, it's not going to stop. And what I liked about this movie is it didn't change too much. It kind of just gave you the movie. And I liked it. The songs were good. There's some great dance numbers. Guy Ritchie, who directed, really put his own flair on the story. The world looked great. Agrabah looked wonderful. The cinematography, Disney knows how to spend a dime to make a good movie, and they sure enough did in this one. My one negative would be Jafar. And it's not that the guy was bad as Jafar. He just didn't look menacing enough for me to believe that this guy was Jafar. And I really wish that it could have been a little bit better in that regard with him. But the overall arc of the story, the heart of Aladdin was there. Mina Musad, who played Aladdin, was great. Naomi Scott, who played Jasmine, was great. You know, like I said, Will steals the show, obviously. You know, he's the star, he's the genie. Like, that's who we're all there to see. You know, Aladdin and Jasmine are the main characters, but it's all about the genie. It's all about our love for the original with Robin and how this plays out with Will. And like I said, he doesn't disappoint. I loved his songs. Prince Ali was my absolute favorite song in the whole movie. The way Will Smith is just an absolute hype man. It's great. I really loved it. Like I said, there's some great dance numbers. I love Bollywood, so there was a couple of Bollywood numbers in the movie that really impressed me. Like, I had a great time, and Disney knocks another one out of the park, you know. They took some liberties with the story a bit, cut out a few things, changed a few things, but not enough to upset me with the actual, like, true story of Aladdin. Will we get Aladdin 2 Return of Jafar? I don't know. I'd like to think it's a possibility, but the way the story ended for the genie kind of puts that on the shelf, but we'll see. Like, they made a minor change to the genie in this one, and it's not bad by any stretch. It's quite enjoyable, actually, but it's just, how can we do Return of Jafar without the genie? I'd like to see how that could play out, because I think as the movie progressed, the character of Jafar got better, but the actor just wasn't what I pictured a live action Jafar looking like. So that's my only negative thing I can say about the movie. Otherwise, the movie is great. It gets an A+. I loved it. I thought it was great. I was, my wife was singing along. I found myself really enjoying kind of reliving this movie from a different perspective. You know, as you see it as a kid, as an animated, and now you're seeing it as an adult in live action, and it's true to form. It's true to Disney form. You know, they bring the wonder. You know, they bring that childhood wonder that you expect from Disney, and that's awesome. And like I said, A+, great job Disney. 3 home runs, like Captain Marvel, Endgame, and now this. Truly, you knocked it out of the park so far. It's only going to get better from here with Lion King, I can only imagine. So, I've been your host, Matt. Check us out on all platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google. Like, share, subscribe, comment on all videos and podcasts. It all helps. Come back to us next time on another exciting episode of A for Effort. We will have another quality movie review.